Recently, it feels like the long-awaited phase that many players have been anticipating has finally begun. With the release of Colombina, the doors have opened wide for leaks and early information related to the remaining updates in the 6.x series. As a result, we are now entering a period filled with early details, technical leaks, and strong hints about the future direction of Genshin Impact. As expected, these leaks did not take long to ignite controversy within the community. Very quickly, the spotlight shifted toward one of the Fatui Harbingers, Sandrone. She is a character who has remained shrouded in mystery for a long time and has consistently drawn significant interest from players. The recently surfaced information is particularly eye-catching because, if proven accurate, it could lead to major changes in the meta during upcoming updates. However, it is crucial to clarify from the start that these details come from a newly emerged Chinese data miner and are still considered unconfirmed. This means they should be approached with caution and not treated as definitive facts. Even so, leaks of this kind often reflect the broader design direction that HoYoverse may be planning in the medium or long term. Bro, pulling in Genshin is getting way too expensive lately, so if you want to save some money like I do, check out Lootbar, a legit top-up site I use myself. Their prices are usually up to 30% cheaper, which really helps if you're aiming for characters like Colombina or Anefa. All users can grab coupons up to 10% OFF, get double points on your first order, and use those points to lower future purchases. Topping up is super simple, just enter your UID and select the server and the crystals arrive almost instantly. Plus Lootbar has a 4.9 rating on Trustpilot with over 30k real reviews, so you know it's trustworthy. Click my link in the description and save money on your next pull. Don't miss Lootbar's new moon event. Every spin is a 100% guaranteed win. You can score massive discounts, free monthly cards, or the grand prize, a guaranteed Colombina bundle worth $365. Just log in and share daily for free spins. Head to Lootbar and claim your rewards now. According to these reports, Sandrone is expected to be a DPS character who combines electro with physical damage, with her entire gameplay revolving around the Superconduct reaction. To clarify, Superconduct is triggered by combining Electro and Cryo, and for a long time it has been relatively overlooked within the meta. Its use was mostly limited to reducing enemies' physical resistance, rather than serving as a meaningful source of damage on its own. The main reason for this has been the lack of a cryo support character specifically designed to fully enable this reaction. That situation, however, may soon change. Based on the leaks, version 6.5 is rumored to introduce a new female cryo support character designed specifically to work alongside Sandrone. Her role would be to empower Superconduct-focused teams and allow them to deal real, impactful damage. If this turns out to be true, it would represent one of the most significant shifts since the game's launch, as bringing Superconduct into the core of the meta would completely reshape how Electro and Cryo teams are built. The leaks do not stop there. Additional information suggests that Sandrone could become the second most influential character overall within the Nod-Krai region, positioning her as one of the most important units in that area. This further supports the idea that HoYoverse is planning to revive Superconduct by giving it proper scaling and dedicated support mechanics, rather than leaving it as a secondary effect that only lowers physical defense. Looking at the track record of previously released Harbingers, a clear pattern emerges. Every Harbinger character introduced so far has managed to outperform most other characters of the same element, either in raw damage or overall meta impact. Because of this, if Sandrone truly launches as an electrophysical DPS, there is a strong chance she could become the strongest electro character in the game upon release, or at the very least one of the most dominant units overall. Of course, all of this remains within the realm of leaks and awaits official confirmation. Still, even if only half of this information is accurate, Sandrone could be the key to a fundamental shift in gameplay and the beginning of a new era for Superconduct within Genshin Impact's combat system. Seeing this reaction finally get its moment to shine could be one of the most exciting transformations in the game's history. The biggest question now is how HoYoverse will execute this vision in practice. At the same time, it is worth addressing another topic that has recently sparked intense debate within the Genshin Impact community: the cancellation of the Tsaritsa's appearance in version 6.3. After the official story for the update was released, many players completed all of its content, only to be surprised by the complete absence of the Tsaritsa, aside from brief and indirect mentions. This issue is not related to leaks or unrealistic expectations. Instead, it stems from the official announcement itself, which clearly stated that the Tsaritsa would be arriving in version 6.3. This wording appeared in official announcements across multiple languages and was not something invented by content creators or the community. Naturally, players expected her to appear, or at least to receive a meaningful scene that directly hinted at her arrival. Instead, players were given a relatively enjoyable story and the opportunity to explore the surface of the moon. While these additions are not bad on their own, they fall short of the expectations built by an official promise. For many, even a short cutscene or a direct visual hint would have been enough, but that never happened. Some attempted to justify the situation by claiming that the community simply overhyped itself. However, the reality remains that the promise came from an official source, not from unreliable rumors. In the end, a large portion of players felt that this approach was merely a way to attract attention to the update without delivering on what was implied. The last remaining chance for any meaningful connection to the Tsaritsa is the Lantern Rite event, which begins on February 3rd. Even then, the possibility of her actually appearing seems extremely low. As a result, dissatisfaction has spread throughout the community, especially since mentioning her name in just a few lines of dialogue cannot reasonably be considered a true arrival. Alongside these developments, important updates have also emerged regarding the future of upcoming versions, particularly those related to the Nod-Krai region. According to the latest information and the confirmed character release timeline, the Nod-Krai update series will officially conclude with version 6.7. There will be no version 6.8, contrary to earlier rumors. This means that Sandrone will be the final playable character within this timeline, and no additional Nod-Krai characters are expected after that point. As a result, expectations surrounding Alice becoming playable in version 6.8 are no longer realistic, now that the final roadmap has become clear. For this reason, it is important for players to approach these details with a realistic mindset and avoid setting overly high expectations, especially given the clarity of the upcoming release schedule. That said, the world of Genshin Impact is always full of surprises, and unexpected changes can never be completely ruled out. In the end, the discussion belongs to the community. What do you think about these leaks? Do you believe Superconduct deserves to become a core part of the upcoming meta? Share your thoughts, and make sure to stay updated so you do not miss any new developments.